Now then, welcome to another episode of TED Talks, the Ted Hanky podcast. As always, it's going to be proper class and that, you know what I mean. Mala, who normally joins me, he's still on holiday, and he's all-inclusive Pontins holidays went on. But I've brought a very special guest in. I'm just waiting for him to arrive now. I've pulled in all my favours, and I've managed to get us only the Middlesbrough manager, Michael Carrick. So I'm waiting.
All right, how are you doing?
All right, yeah.
What's all this then?
Just a podcast. You Michael?
Yeah. I'm Michael Carrick, the Middlesbrough manager. What's all the wires? Is that for the telly and that recording?
Yeah, we just it transmits.
What are you doing, messing about, telling jokes, having a daft laugh and that?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. It's quite a serious podcast, Michael, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I like Borough. I'm a Borough manager, Michael Carrick.
Yeah. Have you got some new tactics that you'd like to share?
Yeah, we've got this new scheme. It's like a 4-4-5.
Yeah.
4-1.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it through to the FA that we need 13 players on the pitch, but it's not looking good.
Yeah,
it's going to vote next week.
I think we need that, to be honest.
Am I on the telly?
You're on the telly there, look, yeah. Yeah. It's good.
God, I'm a lot thinner in real life, aren't I?
You are, actually, yeah.
So...
I don't know if that's the right answer.
Yeah.
We'll start the podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Can I just tell you something before we start?
Yeah.
I'm not Michael Carrick.
Really?
Mal's done a one on you.
Are you Tom Cruise?
I'm Tom Cruise, yeah.
There we go, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just filming Mission Impossible Dormanstown 7.
Right. Yeah.
It's based in Dormanstown.
Yeah.
And you know the gas cylinders at the top end of Dormanstown?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to graffiti on.
Yeah. I'm going to go there and just pour out a bit of hot tea. It's that's the major stunt of the whole film.
It's a brave stunt, that, Tom.
I'm using real tea.
Yeah.
No CGI.
Yeah.
So, good luck with that.
Yeah. Good. Right, well, we'll talk more about that in a minute.
It's good, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
You know, we met a long time ago.
We did, yeah. If you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, this is the wonderful Vaun.
I'm Vaun Earl Norman, the actor.
You might have seen him on Vic Bob. You've seen him just there next to him there.
There's darling.
Yeah.
Bob and Vic.
Yeah.
I was also on the other one as the car dealer.
You were, yes.
5 lines.
Yeah.
Brilliant lines with a wonderful Rebecca Front.
Oh.
Let's get all lovey for a minute. She is wonderful.
She is, yeah.
Anyway, so we met a long time ago.
We did.
At the Barbara Donaldson Drama School. Can you remember in Berwick Hills?
Berwick Hills, yeah.
And I tell you what, he was the finest ballet dancer of the whole class.
I still am.
I wasn't so good, obviously, being a bit... But I tried, didn't I?
You were good. You were good at doing that roly-poly bit.
Yeah, the roly-poly bit was fine. Yeah. It was the pas de deux.
Yeah.
Kept falling over.
You see, but I'm struggling now, Vaun, because I've got the hamstrings of a hedgehog now. You know, I can just pull my hamstrings, tie my shoelaces, and it's down to really abrupt ballet.
Yeah, early on.
And a lot of scuttling I did in my early days as well.
You went through that school pretty quick.
I did, yeah. I even did the caretaker at one point.
He was lovely.
He was, yeah. Big lad. Big lad, yeah. Bit smelly, but, get what you can when you're at school.
It's sort of a combination of beef, onions and Dettol.
Yeah, I've never been able to sniff Dettol like that ever again. It's really put me off.
I know, I can imagine.
Yeah.
He was quite a rough lad.
Yeah. I opt for witch hazel now. That's me.
Witch hazel's good. I like tea tree oil.
Oh, what a lovely smell tea tree oil is.
Tea tree oil.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I've never seen a tree drink tea.
A tea tree? Oh?
I don't know. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know. There'll be someone out there who knows what they're talking about.
If we've got any experts on tea tree oil, Where does it come from? Is it from trees that drink tea?
Or do you just pour tea on a tree?
Well, I don't even know where coffee comes from, if I'm being honest, Vaun.
Well, that's easy. That's coffee beans.
All right.
You know, it's a byproduct. The Heinz factory,
Yeah.
the 57 varieties, one of them is a byproduct of that.
You bake
coffee
beans.
You've got your baked beans, spaghetti hoops, coffee beans, and then they go
Pepper
off.
pig shapes.
Pepper pig shaped.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them.
Oh, they're lovely.
I'm too old.
Yeah.
So what you need to say now is, when can we see you on telly again, Vaun?
Yeah, I've got that written down here.
All right, sorry.
Hang on, let me do it like as if it's a seamless link. Are you ready?
Yeah.
When can we see you on telly again, Vaun?
This Friday, 9:30 p.m. on BBC One.
And that is it The Cleaner?
It is The Cleaner with Greg Davies.
Oh, wow.
A brilliant cast, even though I say so myself.
Yeah.
Rosie Cavaliero, Ben Wilbon from Ghosts and Horrible Histories.
Yeah.
Naveed Khan, who's a lovely Shakespearean actor, actually. He's a really good actor. He's Asian, born in London, lives in Folkes, and he's a lovely lad.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand him. That's an in-joke. Rosie Cavaliero, obviously, and Greg Davies.
Oh.
It was lovely.
That's great. Do you know what I love about Greg Davies? He got to work with Rick Mail, and I envy that.
I know.
Very, very much. I really do.
Yeah, of course getting serious for a bit, I did interrogate him about Rick.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet he had some great stories.
Oh,
I know he shared a few on like Graham Norton and stuff like that, but
he was a nightmare.
Really?
In a good way.
Oh, like causing trouble and finding people.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyone knew, he would just destroy, like, in a good way, you know what I mean? But any publicity shots, he just used to say to Greg, 3, 2, 1, and they go. So if you see any shots of them two, they're laughing their heads off, but then as soon as the camera, he just went serious, and that was it. You know, it was sort of like in the intro. Yeah, no, he was a lovely fella, apparently.
Yeah.
But it of course, that crash really affected him.
Yeah, yeah.
So, he used to sort of phase out for a few minutes.
Yeah.
So the cast and crew got used to that, and then he'd come back, and that was it, back onto it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Really.
Because I went to see one of the Bottom live shows, and it was after the crash, and he kept forgetting his lines, and him and Adrian Edmondson were making up loads of jokes about it. They were quite cruel to each other, but that's the sense of humour they had, wasn't it? It was.
I saw Rick Mail at the Town Hall supporting Ben Elton.
Wow.
In 1984.
There you go. This is what you get on the Hanky podcast, stories like this.
And the funny thing was, he started off stage, Rick, and he went, "Hello, it's Kevin Turvey."
Oh, Kevin Turvey. Yeah.
And he said, "I'm walking up Albert Road," and he did the whole walk from Middlesbrough railway station.
Yeah.
He named all the pubs. He's obviously just off stage.
Yeah. There was no flares back then.
No. And he walked all the way up Albert Road to that pub, whatever pubs were around then. Oh, that shop's closed, and it was hilarious. And then suddenly he'd come on stage, and that was it. That was his build-up. Clever. I mean, it wasn't, that sort of thing wasn't done then.
No.
It was sort of like just after, sort of, my wife.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law. Yeah, you could get away with it then.
Yeah, anything goes back then.
Oh, yeah.
Can
you remember old Harry Williams, who was on The Comedians?
Yeah.
And he used to cut the head off Arabs.
Oh, I don't remember that. No.
Yeah. That was his whole act.
If we've got any Arabs tuning in, please don't be offended by that. We don't endorse that type of stuff.
We don't endorse it. No, in the end, he did go to prison.
He did, yeah.
And rightfully so.
Good. Like a lot of the entertainers back then.
Yeah.
But
in those days, it was accepted.
Yeah.
He used to electrocute cats on stage at one point.
Okay, Nell.
Yeah, he got 2 series out of that.
Bloody hell.
And then he ran out of cats. Obviously,
Yeah.
people wouldn't, and the vets were up in arms. And it's better now.
I'd have moved on to pigeons, Vaun. They're always at
Pigeons
disposal,
are-
aren't they?
Rats of the sky.
They
aren't
are. Do you know what? Pigeons and seagulls, when I used to work in Hartlepool, I used to get bullied every day off the same seagull. He used to wait on my car for me with the wingspan of a pterodactyl, and it used to want to fight me. So I had to bribe it with cheese pasties to get it off my car. Yeah. It's an expensive bribe, that.
You know, there's a sort of Pavlov's dog situation there.
Right.
Where, the famous Pavlov's dog.
No.
Well, it was an experiment that Pavlov did, a scientist. And every time the dog barked, it gave him a treat.
Right.
And then the dog then learned that if he barked, he got a treat.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So that seagull knew
So that
if
seagull
it fucked around with me.
if he fucked around with you, cheese pasty.
Cheese pasty, yeah. Oh, it might treat me to a steak bake one day. Yeah.
If I shit on his head, I'll get a sausage roll and a steak bake and a box of 4 donuts.
And a second date as well. Yeah.
Soft.
And going back to drama school, ballet and drama school. Do you remember that groundbreaking production of Jesus of Nazareth? What we did? Yeah, where you were King Herod, weren't you?
I was
He
Herod.
was a bastard of King Herod as
Absolute
well.
bastard. I had all the babies killed.
He did.
All the firstborn
Yeah.
were gone.
He did. Yeah, that family show he did. They were scared stiff.
I know, yeah.
Oh, it was,
I think, looking back, I think we should not have used pig's blood.
no.
I think we should have calmed it down a bit.
Yeah, and I was a pretty awful Mary, if I'm honest.
I don't know.
I didn't.
The only trouble is with your Mary, right, was when you started singing.
Yeah.
And, everyone knows that status quo have been around a while, but even I know the status quo weren't around
Back
in the in the Middle East in the year 32 AD, and I don't think that rocking round the world
No.
stood under the cross was the best idea. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. Well, we were allowed to improvise back then, and we just tried to jazz it up a little bit. Yeah.
Because you wanted to do Jesus Christ Superstar, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
The musical.
I did,
and I said,
yeah.
no, we've got to keep it serious.
Yeah.
And he still got his musical numbers in.
I've got a great singing voice. That's the thing I always have done. It's,
Yeah.
no, we'll save that for another time. Time.
Like a bridge over troubled waters.
I'm good at doing like the background harmonies and stuff like that.
When you do that, it's even better.
I can go better than that.
Oh, hey.
I can go full Live Aid.
Oh, wow. That's giving me goose pimples.
Like that, yeah. Was that Rick
Fucking
McCartney-esque, wasn't it, that?
Yeah. It was like...
Paul Young.
It was Boy George crossed with, like, some singer from a band that's now disbanded.
Are you saying I've got Freddy teeth?
Yeah, maybe.
I get that a lot, But the good thing is, I don't know whether it is a good thing or a bad thing, but I seem to attract the men and the women with them.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine they
So,
are. They're a fine set. Do you know, I do a brilliant Rami Malek.
Yeah. Timmy Malek.
Rami Malek.
Yeah.
Doing Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
In the film of Bohemian Rhapsody, when he tells his father where he's going.
Are you going to do it now for us, do you think? Right, let's fill this up. This is Vaun as Rami Malek.
I'm not doing Freddie Mercury,
No,
I'm
Rami
doing
Malek.
Rami Malek.
Yeah.
Well, Father, we're off to Wembley. We're going to play to millions of people for starving children, and we're not taking any money.
It's brilliant. It's like he was here.
I know.
You are the master of imposter syndrome,
I
Vaun.
know.
So let's touch on the Vic and Bob bit then. How did you have the discussion of I'm going to be Tom Cruise, I'm going to be Elton John, I'm going to be all these various people who you play very convincingly?
Thank you. It's I was expecting a BAFTA nomination.
Yeah.
But never came. Well, it goes back to the Ian Lee radio show, and I used to ring in as a lad called Clive Sutcliffe.
Yeah.
And the joke was, "Hello, it's Clive Sutcliffe again. No relation to."
Of course, yeah. To that. Yeah.
And we used to. I used to make up stories about how ill I was and my prostate was leaking on the bus and all that. Just filth. And Bob Mortimer rang in one night to Ian Lee's show as Sporting Keith.
Right.
He rang in a few times actually, and then we decided. He was telling Ian Lee about his nephew who's quite fast runner, and then I rang him one night and said, "That Sporting Keith's a liar. His nephew isn't a good runner. He's a fat little lad." And Sporting Keith drops his nephew off at school in his slippers. That's the sort of bloke he is, and all, just daft stuff like that. And a couple of weeks later, I got this email from Ian Lee saying, Bob Mortimer wants to use your telephone call in a show, something like that.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh yeah, brilliant. I love Bob." And then, can I give him your email? Excuse me. And I said, "Yeah, of course." And then a day later, I got this email from bob.mortimer596@gmail.com. That's not it, obviously, so don't bother emailing. But it was something like that.
Yeah.
And it said, me and Jim are writing, Jim being Vic, are writing for a show, like a 25th anniversary show.
Yeah.
And I've got an idea of you being a character. And I went, "Yeah, right."
Okay. I don't know. Let me check my diary. Yes.
Yeah. I'm at the Barbara Donaldson Drama School reunion that night.
Yeah. Ted's just in the cupboard with the caretaker.
Back scrutting him. I'm just videoing. Sorry, Bob, I can't go.
Yeah.
But we used to. So obviously, I said yes, and he said, "Oh, look, I tell you what. What we're looking for is like a proper butter lad, like." And I said, "Oh, like a Doyle, basically." And I said, "Yeah." No, I didn't base it on you.
No, there's lots of Doyles who watch this podcast.
Yeah, there's many of them. In fact, 99% of the audience.
99% Doyle, 1% flange. That's the that's the statistics.
Is that the Doyle flange ratio?
That's the analytics I get off Podbean.
Yeah. This week's show was 98.6 Doyle and 1.4 flange.
Yeah, let's break that down. We've got 68% in Berwick Hills.
There's a 4% rise in Dormanstown.
Thornaby are creeping in again. No one wants them around.
Eston is down.
It's good, this, yeah. So anyway,
I did a self-tape with my son. Did it a few ways. And he said, "Oh, great, yeah, I'll get the BBC to contact you." And before I knew it, I was in London at a hotel. I brought costume down. It was all my stuff that I brought.
Yeah.
And Jim and Bob were brilliant. They just said, "Oh, just do what you think. And if we like it, we like,
Brilliant.
Paraphrasing. If they like it, they like it. If they don't, they'll tell us to do something else, So I came on, and I can't remember the first one. Was it Rod Stewart or was
Rod Stewart, I think, yeah.
Rod Stewart. So I came on, "All right, lads, how are you doing?" Like that.
Yeah.
"What are you doing, messing about, telling jokes, having a daft laugh and that?" Like proper sort of like suspicious for a doily,
Yeah.
And then, "Who are you, mate?" I was like, "Rod Stewart, the singer," and I got a laugh, obviously. And they loved it, and the director and everyone were happy, and we did like a day's rehearsal, and then the live audience came in, which is the big test. And, I come on and there's deadly silence, but the audience, ripped.
Yeah.
It was so gratifying.
Yeah.
And it's all thanks to Jim and Bob, because at the end of the day, they wrote the script. I just sort of, that first show, I wasn't going to ad-lib or anything. I just brought my sort of characterisation to it and my costume and stuff. So, yeah, and it went down really well. And then what I didn't realise was that 25th anniversary show was a broadcast pilot for the first series.
Right.
So they did a series of 4.
Yeah.
And then ended up doing a second series of another 4.
Yeah.
So they luckily asked me back every show.
Because I remember the first time I watched, because I'm a huge Vic and Bob fan.
Yeah, no,
and watched everything from Bang Bang Reeves and Mortimer, The Smell of Reeves and Mortimer, and obviously Vic Reeves' Big Night Out as well. Yeah. And when they said it was Vic and Bob's Big Night Out come back, I was like, oh, brilliant. And I was watching it, seeing some of the old characters, and then when you walked on, I was like, who's this? And as soon as I heard that Teesside accent, like probably a lot of people from Teesside, they're like, yes, we've got one of our own on it. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
And it was just brilliant. I loved it. I loved the Elton John one where you sat on the toilet.
Yeah. Well, funny enough, that in rehearsal I did a lot more like bodily sort of facial expression of having a poob. I don't know if you remember, but it was one plop for one plop for yes, 2 plops for no, or something like that. And it was Jim who said, no, just like keep it really small.
Yeah.
And he was right, because it was. I mean, these are all intricacies.
Of course they are. Subtleness.
And he was right. Jim's a genius, absolute genius.
Yeah, yeah. Teesside then, obviously we knew each other from way back, but whereabouts in Teesside did you grow up then?
I was born on Whitworth Road, Grangetown.
Oh.
In 1966. I'm that old. Yeah. I don't look it. I've had a lucky life.
You do look like an oil painting of beauty, Vaun, if I'm being honest. Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
From Grangetown as well. That's a rarity.
Yeah. It wasn't how it is now, fortunately, and I can't remember it because I was only our Bobby.
Ah, right.
But we went to the fire station, which is between Grangetown and Southbank.
Yeah.
And they had a row of cottages for the firemen. And my dad was a fireman.
Ah, right.
And they had a bell. In our mum and dad's bedroom, there was a bell. So he could, sleep on night shift. He could be at home.
Yeah.
And then if the bell went, it'd ring in his house and then he'd run to the station, get ready and go off to...
Did you have a pole in your upstairs to the living room?
No.
Oh, fucking hell, that'd have been brilliant, wouldn't it?
I didn't...
Ghostbusters?
I was offered the pole in the fire station, but I turned it down. I was only 3-4-year-old. It's a big step.
It's a big commitment, taken to the pole at such a young age, Not like a lot of the young mums have thought of me. They're on that pole.
Oh, they love the pole.
Earning.
Yeah, spinning, greasing it up, whatever they do, lubing it. So he did that for a few years, and then we moved to Eston.
Yeah.
And I lived in Eston for 25 years.
Yeah, yeah.
And then my mum and dad moved to Broughton, which was an adventure.
Yeah. Is it with all the farmers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, where are you from, like?
Yeah.
I'm from Eston. Do you want to fight? I was like, no, mate, I don't want to fight. I'm just coming home from the pub. I really don't,
Yeah.
And then my mum and dad moved to the top of Whale Hill at Eston in a little bungalow there.
Nice.
And I'd already moved out then. I'd moved into a house in Ingleby, got married and what have you. And I'm still in the same house now. 30 years. So I live in Ingleby Barwick. Yeah. Which I love.
Luxury executive 5-bedroom manor house.
It's a 3-bedroom detached.
Oh, well, you know what I mean.
With a conservatory.
Mikey D, who's one of the guys off the show, he's got an executive palace in Ingleby Barwick, or so he says anyway, the Doyle. Good. Well, what I like to do, Vaun, is we cover a lot of local Teesside news on this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Normally me and my mate Mala, you
I know Mala.
Yeah. Oh, you did, yeah. He used to come and sell you the meat for you from Marks and Spencer's, didn't he?
I've never got over his warm rump steak that he used to pull out of his pants.
He can get 7 chops in his underpants, which is it's a record, I believe.
Pretty good.
But
I turned his salmon down.
Oh yeah. he keeps that near his arse crest.
Yeah, it's half cooked by the time he gets to the house on his bike.
We like to cover off a few Teesside live stories.
Oh, I send these to my brother.
Yeah, well, the other week we had we covered the one where a guy was smuggling drugs in a Kinder Egg up his arse. Which he got caught, so that was a good one. But I found one today as well, and it's Dad's quirky rat taxi. Turns head outside Tesco, and basically everywhere he goes, right? So this bloke, this is what I don't get for, right? This guy Martin, right? He's got this what looks like a fucking knackered Peugeot, right? And he's rusted it all up, and it says here he used a mixture of peroxide, salt, vinegar and beer to create the car's distinctive rusting exterior over 4 years. Don't understand why, right?
No.
I don't understand why he's calling it the rat taxi unless he's cruising around the high streets trying to pick up flange. Now, what's your thoughts on that car? I'm going to bring it up on the screen there so the viewers can see it there. That's the rat taxi there. Doesn't even look like a rat, does it?
Well, if you're in the know, I mean, good luck to the lad. He's on Teesside Live.
Yeah,
he's got his business. Whatever.
He's making it.
I mean, it looks shit.
He lives in Washington. What's he doing on this?
What are you doing on...
man, take your fucking rat taxi and fuck off, man.
Where the fuck do you come from, like?
Yeah. He's got to hang on. The project saw Martin use a grinder. Not the gay app. No. A grinder to remove the paint before speeding up the rusting process using a spray mixture of salt, vinegar, peroxide and beer. And this is what he quotes. All the other bits were either given to me or I had them already and I just screwed them on. He's a clever man.
That sounds like the sort of thing you hear in the F1 paddock, isn't it?
Imagine like that. They're all lining up, ready to go, and the rat taxi's just in fucking spot 3.
We've got a quick interview with Martin Horner of Red Bull. What are the changes this week then, Martin?
Well, I've added a fucking Fido Dido to the bonnet.
I had some stuff lying around, so I screwed it on.
I've got some sporky doggies left from the Kellogg's and I've put them on my wheel trims.
That's it, innit? That's it.
Look at a picture of him. Look at a picture of him dressed up like the Stig. Jesus Christ.
It really is just a shitty old Peugeot.
He goes camping in it as well. He's put a fucking side roof on it. Oh, Martin,
sorry, mate.
If you are...
Well, can I'll give him his due.
Yeah.
He's, it's a unique look on being an idiot.
Yeah.
But the rat thing...
The rat taxi.
The whole rat thing comes from hot rodding and biking in America.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. They used to call them rat tails, the bikes, and they used to get a brand new bike and make it like... almost like steampunk, but like rough and ready.
Yeah. Rustic.
Rusty, but it had a really good engine underneath it. That was like the rat. Or the hot rods used to make them look like they were falling to bits, but they had like a 5.7 litre Hemi engine and they were really fast and that. So it's a niche thing to know.
I get it now, but I was just assuming
that it's supposed to look like a rat.
Well, I assumed
that
also
would have been better
if it looked like a rat, like the car in Dumb and Dumber where they had the dog. But I thought also because in 2002 I had a punto and I used to go pick lasses up around the high streets as well, and it was me pervy punto. So I thought this was his rat taxi where he's ratting for lasses.
Yeah, for minge, yeah.
For minge, yeah. A bit like fake taxi.
Basically, like the Pied Piper and Minge.
Imagine him. Come on, girls, get in the rat taxi. Help yourself to lube.
There's at least room for 5 if you sit on each other's knees.
I'll stick that little one in the boot. That's me daughter. Oh, maybe not then.
You went down a dark route.
I did, but I pulled it back. I'm
not sure.
I did.
Did you see that there? That went from comedy to fantasy. That.
Hang on, she was 19.
Oh, that's all right.
Just
then.
height-wise, she was small.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's how it worked.
All right.
Yeah.
Whew. That'd be being knock on the door. Child Protection Services, whatever they're called nowadays.
Right, Bob, what we're going to do?
Yes.
Right, I did publicise on the Facebook, the Twatters and the Instamams that you were coming on the show, and people have left some questions for you. So I thought we'd do a bit of a Q&A with Vaun Earl Norman.
Ooh.
So here we go. Comments. Some of them are comments, some of them are questions. So I don't know if this is a real name. It's a bloody good one, but he's called Adam Woodhand.
Oh. So, Adam Woodhand.
Adam Woodhand.
It's sort of like, it sounds like an enemy in the Avengers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ah, it's Adam Woodhand
Adam
again.
Woodhand. I've just got this image of that. Is it that Steve Martin character? No, in
Dr. Strangelove, Peter Sellers.
Yeah.
My Woodhand will destroy you. Yeah,
That's right.
sorry.
Well, Adam's question is, Vaughan, does being the spitting dabs of Tom Cruise have its benefits? Free meals from Mario's and entry to the Keys on Grab a Granny night, perhaps? Do you?
Well, that's a very good question, Adam Woodhand.
Yeah.
And the honest answer is yes. Yes, it is. It's a passport to a fantasy life.
Yeah.
But I don't abuse it.
No,
you know,
trust.
I'll maybe ring up Greg's and say, save me a cheese and onion bake.
Fresh off the tray as well. Yeah.
Keep it warm. I'll be
Yeah.
there. It's Tom Cruise. Oh, yes, Mr. Cruise, no problem.
Yeah.
I get first dibs on the transporter bridge.
Wow.
When it's open, obviously.
Yeah. And you don't have to pay the toll.
No, that's all. I'm VIP'd right through.
Yeah.
The only downside is lasses.
Yeah.
They just all over me
Too
all
many.
the time.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? I just like, leave it off. I'm bowling. You know, you're at the bowling club. I don't do 10-pin, I do Crown Green.
Ah, right. Yeah.
So I'm at the Crown Green Bowling Club at Thornaby.
Is there a particular age of this flange then, or is it are they the older lady or?
I get followed. So there's bus loads of like pert young 25-year-old lasses, no younger.
No.
Look, you know, chasing me around, and I'm just about to reach me crown, and they spoil me end. They're spoiling me end.
You don't need that, do you?
No, but yes, it's a good question, and yes, I do take advantage of the lucky likey.
Good question, Adam. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a good question here from Michael Bruff. Is your tracksuit from Jack Hatfield's? The one that you wear on the Vic and Bob show?
Good spot.
Yeah.
That's a good spot because obviously Jack Hatfield is not around anymore.
No.
But yes, it was a gift to my Uncle Eddie, who was a motorbike stuntman, and he used to go on the wreck near Eston.
Yeah.
And he used to do, during the summer holidays, he used to like ride his Honda C50 up a ramp through straw, fire straw.
Wow.
I've get one of the 2 or 3 kids to stand on as a pyramid on his bike and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sadly, it went wrong one week, and you know you can find the stories online.
Teesside Live.
Teesside Live.
There. Yeah.
Man burns to death as children's, you know.
Yeah.
Look on. So I inherited. He wasn't wearing that tracksuit, by the way, and so I inherited that. It was. I think it's a. I think it's a Sergio Tacchini.
Right.
I think.
Yeah.
Because the labels are off. He couldn't advertise, obviously. But,
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, great question.
That's
Thank
a
you
great
for
question, Michael. Yeah. Gab Davies here. What's your favourite type of tinned meat?
that. I'd have to say corned beef.
Corned beef. We agree on that. There we go.
I know it's expensive nowadays, ladies and gentlemen, but
You're paying for the key.
You pay for the key, but they're so versatile.
Yeah.
The corned beef.
You do a hash.
You can do well. My old mum, God rest her soul, used to make panacalty.
Oh. Oh, I've not had pinnacle for years, not since prison.
Do they know what pinnacle is, do you think?
Pinnacle is the mashed potato with the corned beef, isn't it?
No.
With onions in, no?
No.
What is it?
It's sliced potatoes.
Oh, yes.
Sliced potatoes,
yeah.
sliced onions,
Yeah.
Sliced corned beef,
Yeah.
sliced potatoes, sliced
That's
onions.
It's like a shit lasagna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a Grangetown lasagna.
Lasagna, yeah, there you go.
But it is few oxos, you know what I mean? Bit of Marmite if you're from like Ingleby like me. Bit of red wine if you're from Yarm.
Yeah. A bit of jizz if you like me from Thornaby.
Yeah. And it's lovely. Also, my son's favourite meal, my little boy who's 22 years old.
Yeah.
He loves. I do a Danish dish with corned beef and cubed fried potatoes with onions and pork, belly pork, and frying it and put a fried egg on top. Like it's like a proper sort of Danish dish. I can't remember what it's called. Hacken, backen, facken, something like that.
Schlocken, blocken,
Yeah.
blocken.
But yes, so it's very versatile. It's expensive nowadays.
Yeah. Well, Mala can nick you a load if you need some. Mala, he goes into farm foods and he can fill the top of his shell suit top pockets, puts his arms behind his back, but he ties a knot in the sleeves, just fills them all with corned beef.
He walks out like that.
He walks out like that, like Mr. Soft, but he's got arms full of corned beef. Tuna as well. He's good
My
for
uncle
tuna.
had arms full of corned beef. He died of it in the end. I won't touch corn, you see.
No, fuck corn.
I mean, corn, not for me.
No.
Linda McCartney, I mean, how much money she made out of sausages? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Out of fake sausages.
Fake sausages, yeah.
And you never hear from her. She's on some island somewhere spending the billions of dollars,
Is
isn't
she?
Next question.
Next question. Paul Kennington said he's seen you touching a hot exhaust pipe in the Nash car park in Thornaby. Is that true?
That was a charity event. Thanks for your question, Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I raised over £12.
£12 for touching a hot exhaust pipe? That's an incredible stunt. Warmish, yeah.
But
Nash is closed down now.
But unfortunately, my helicopter cost £7,000.
Yeah.
So the charity lost out, really.
It's always the cost of fuel, isn't it? It's always
Yeah.
the same, yeah. I'll move on to the next question here. Richard Watson, who's the hardest lad you've sparked out?
I've never sparked anyone out, not on the street,
Yeah.
but I used to box.
Right.
And
This is a licensed fight.
it was regulated, and I did put some people on the floor. You know what I mean?
Look at that. You can see the fear there that he just instills fear with that.
Can't come in with fucking trainers on. You're not 18.
I have to get you one of them little luminous yellow.
I've got one. I've
Yeah,
got one.
right.
I've got my SAI card and everything.
Next question. Oh, this is from my good friend Catherine Young. She's a comedian.
Catherine.
Catherine, yeah.
Oh, she's lovely, Catherine.
She said, are you still a hardcore Scientologist? And which is your favourite, biology, chemistry or physics?
I'd have to say chemistry. At school, it was biology all the way.
Yeah.
But I've been watching these scientists on YouTube doing experiments with like chemicals and that.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating.
Oh.
In fact, last night I was watching, or this morning, about 3 o'clock this morning, I was watching a lad make bromine. Is it bromine? Yeah, bromine. And I can't remember. He's making bromine and a metal combined together, and it formed this intricate crystal thing.
Oh.
Beautiful. But I can't remember. Antimony.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I watch him all the time. You know, like, you mix this chemical, you put that chemical. Yeah, I love it.
Chemistry then.
Sorry, Catherine's chemistry.
Chemistry, Catherine, there you
But
go.
I'm into astronomy, so it could be physics, cosmology as well.
Well, Catherine knows that my favourite is biology, don't you?
And anatomy.
Anatomy, yeah.
How did that... You'll have to tell the audience how you lost your job at the mortuary one time.
Well,
Is it sub judice?
Well, there were rumours that didn't stick. Thankfully, I was employed as a part-time makeup artist at this mortuary as well, but I couldn't get the eyebrows right, Vaun, and that was the problem. So every time it was an open casket, it was an angry corpse
or a surprised.
Yeah, and and I got a bit excited one time as well because I was watching one of those Viking shows as well, and I'd put some silver pennies on people's eyes. It got a bit creepy. Yeah. I thought I was just like a bit like Vajazzling, but of the face.
Did you fire a flaming arrow into the coffin?
That was next on my list. Yeah, I was going to set them off on the tees and. But
on a tugboat.
So I do miss my job working at Sleepy Times mortuary. I really do. Yeah.
Let's have a little moment for all the people that.
Had a funeral for him.
Had overmade.
Yep, I'm sorry. Anyway, moving on. Yvonne Evans is a top flan. She's my mate's mum.
How old is she?
I don't want to insult her, so I'm going to say she's 32. But
young for me.
She's older.
All right.
Yeah.
Is she a bit of a?
She's
a bit of a slag.
No, I don't think she's a slag. I think she's just.
Is she easy?
She just looks like.
Is she adventurous?
She's like loose. Yeah, she's free willing.
Give us.
I will. I'll get you the number. Yeah. If Luke and Mark are watching, I'm going to introduce your mum to Vaun. Just don't worry.
As long as she's over 27 stone. Because I only go for big lasses.
She's a lovely, tender, small size, isn't Yvonne?
Oh, sorry, Yvonne.
Yeah. Missed it, Vaun, unless...
You have to start getting those donuts down your throat, love.
Parmos. Well, Yvonne's asked, it's a serious question, actually.
Right.
What do you think of the Labour government and that?
Well, you've got to remember, there's two things that you've got to remember about the Labour government. One, it's not the Tory government, which is a bonus.
Yep.
The government, whatever government you want to put in besides the Tories, is going to be a better government than the Tories have been. Secondly, I think they've got a bit giddy, and you've got to remember that the right-wing media, and this is a serious point, have massive control over what the news story of the day is. So all this idea about 16 grand's worth of suits and dresses and all that, it's a pittance compared to what the Tories scammed off.
Yeah, like Boris's whole flat refurbished.
Yeah. Someone just admitted to getting 75 grand off a company that doesn't have any employees.
Oh, I have to start one of them up myself. Yeah.
So I would say it's only 10 weeks. Give them time. We up here will be better off. We're always better off with a Labour government, I'm sorry to say. But you might disagree, that's fine.
Yeah, no, that's a good question and a good answer as well. I like that. We've got a couple more. Caroline Patterson.
Pato.
Yeah, Pato, yeah, you know her. Casa Pato, yeah. Carolyn, yeah. She said, when training as Tom Cruise's stunt double, did you practice in Berwick Hills Baths? Because she thinks she's seen you bombing and the lifeguards turned a blind eye because they knew who you were.
That's a very good question. And I can't say anything because I'm still under the NDA.
Yeah, because you're known in Eston Baths, aren't you, from when you lived there, but Berwick Hills Baths.
The only thing I can say is that Tom Cruise, and I love him to bits, is very litigious. He will sue, and I'm under a non-disclosure agreement. Yeah. But all I would say,
Carolyn,
Pato,
yeah,
is. That's all I can say.
Yeah, keep those memories forever, Pato. Born in his swimming trunks. Oh, one question here. Matty332, this is an Instagram question. If someone gave...
Robot from a robot.
Yeah. If someone gave you £1, what sweets would you buy?
Well, that's dead simple. It would be £1. What would that get me now? Probably refreshers. the chews, you know,
Yeah.
the ones with the sherbet inside.
Yeah, yeah.
Or the strawberry refresher bar. Nothing fancy.
I'd probably get a quarter of bonbons, strawberry.
You see, toffee, lemon and strawberry bonbons.
Yeah.
That's my Christmas treat.
Is it?
Yeah. Me and my son still buy sweets for Christmas. He's 22 and we spend about 40 quid on just a mass load of sweets.
Brilliant.
And they're top of the order. And chewing nuts.
Yeah.
You know, the little toffee chewing nuts with chocolate in.
Yeah, yeah.
Very, very niche, that one.
I had a rather bad experience with a Vaun bar. I put it too far in. And you know the little like fizzy sherbety crystal bits on it.
Did they explode?
It exploded on my tonsils, yeah, and I nearly died from a Vaun bar.
I thought you meant up your ass.
No, that was the Highland toffee.
Well, the Highland toffee's more...
You can mould it.
You can mould it.
You can mould it with shape.
It's harder to melt, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you can't bite it off, it's not going to fall off in your bum, is it?
No.
I mean, the rectal canal is strong.
It is, because I once put a sherbet dib-dab up there and allowed everyone to have a dib-dab of it.
Did you?
Yeah. It was one of them, the Puff Daddy parties I went to. We had a freak out. Freak out with confectionery.
Was it sherbet, though?
Yeah, well, you don't know. You should have seen what he was doing with a Freddo. Fucking hell, dirty bastard. Old Diddy. Don't know what to call him. Puff, Diddy, Daddy, Sean.
Prisoner 61796.
That's the one. Last question. If you could teabag anyone famous, who would it... Oh, that's from Mala. Mala said that. If you could teabag anyone famous, who would it be? If you're unfamiliar with the art of teabagging, it's the gentle lowering of your testes into one's mouth.
This is obscure.
Yeah.
But Ingrid Bergman. The beautiful Ingrid Bergman. Because I'm sure teabagging wasn't around in the 40s.
That'd have been a game changer, wouldn't it? Imagine if she goes to work the next day. Oh, I got teabagged last night.
She was Scandinavian.
Was she?
Yeah.
Oh, I got the teabag last
But
night.
lived in America.
Yeah, I got the teabag last night.
She wasn't a New York taxi driver.
Hey, yo, I got teabagged last night.
Hey, yo.
Hey, I'm teabagging here.
Forget about it. I'm teabagging this lady.
Hey, I'm teabagging this broad.
Yeah, no, seriously, probably I wouldn't teabag anyone.
No, I mean...
The flaky skin down there...
The sister on the gooch area.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fair.
No.
I mean, I've sent samples to the Tropical Disease Centre in London.
Yeah.
I went to the Los Angeles Epidemic Control Centre.
Yeah.
They did a scraping. I've even been to Sierra Leone to one of the top Ebola doctors.
Right.
And they did another scraping, biopsies, all of that, and nobody can find what's growing down there.
What's happening? It must be a thing, because mine grates off like Parmesan cheese.
Yeah.
It really does. It's quite a nice seasoning, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that what is that what we had on your lasagna the other week?
The secret. Well, you go, what's that taste on that lasagna, Ted? I can't tell you. I've revealed it yet. Scrapings of the gooch.
Would you do us a little...
I'll do you a little
baggie of it.
Yeah. I'll sort you some out. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Mine would be Carol Vorderman. I'd love to go to the board. I'd love to bag the board.
Would you?
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah.
She's a lovely woman.
And then we can lie down next to each other afterwards and just do puzzles,
maths questions,
maths questions, puzzles, dot to dot.
You could. It'd be like, "Are you ready, Carol?" Yes. What's 47 times 4? Go.
Yeah.
She'd know it like that, wouldn't she?
Yeah. She would.
She wouldn't. You wouldn't be able to understand it because she'd have a gob full of your bollocks.
I'd be like, "Oh, can I have a pee, please?" Oh, that's Blockbusters, isn't it?
Yeah. No. Is it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's consonant.
Yeah.
Consonant, please.
Yeah.
Vowel.
I'll have 2 off the top and 1 down below.
One
as you
big
settle
one.
down there.
Oh, pardon me. Yeah, well, that concludes the questions, Vaun.
All right.
And I think that concludes the podcast. What I'm going to do is I've got a little gift for you. 1 second.
Shut up.
Oh, yeah. Look at this.
Oh.
I've got
You're kidding.
I've got you a straight out of Teesside Ted Hanky t-shirt there from tedhanky.com.
Oh, do you know what I was looking at thinking, I'd love one of them.
That's for you,
genuinely.
mate, to say
Are you
thank
sure?
you for coming on the show. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't buy everyone a gift. Sometimes I just give guests love bites, so you're quite lucky. Look at that.
Oh, sorry, I'm knocking this mic, everyone.
Yeah, there we go.
Straight out. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. That's really kind of you.
Brilliant.
That'll be on eBay this afternoon.
Yeah.
I'll sign it. £99 plus postage.
Yeah. Make sure you do like a brisk walk in it first, so we get that nice Vaun scent to it as well. That'd be.
Well, I smell anyway. Don't I?
Good.
It's lack of personal hygiene.
Is that what it is? Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I'm actually treasurer of the One Bath a Month Club.
Have you got room for any new members? Because our Julie, she won't have any baths, so I'm trying to encourage her to have one.
You need one because the build-up can cause major skin problems.
Right.
So one a month that'll do it. It'll get the majority off.
Right.
You don't have to do anything. You just soak in some tepid water, and most of it falls off.
Just descales you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to do the boats.
Yeah. I'd like to get you in the back garden, Vaughan, and wash you like Turner and Hooch. You know.
And I'd lick you all over.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Vaun Earl Norman, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Brilliant.
Thank you, Ted.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Yeah.
When do I get paid?
It's after I finish this fit, so you can. Yeah.
Shall I go?
You can go.
I'll stay.
You stay. He's good. Got Vaun Earl Norman there, brilliant. Yeah, so that concludes this. Were you phoning?
Yeah, I'm my agent.
All right.
Yeah, it went shit. Yeah, he's an idiot. Yeah, get the invoice in now because I don't think it's going to last. All right, bye.
Yeah. That concludes the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much to my special guest, Vaun Earl Norman there, who's done a sterling job. Thank you very much for your questions. Do tag anyone who's asked a question who you know in the comments as well. It's going on the YouTube channel, so give the channel a follow, a subscribe.
Oh, I love YouTube.
Yes, good as
I
well.
love YouTubes.
Yeah.
I've got a channel on YouTube.
Yes, follow Vaughan's channel on YouTube as well.
I don't do a lot on it, but I've got a channel on YouTube.
It's got his show reel on there, and you can see all of the great things he's been on, and hopefully you'll be adding the cleaner to it this Friday. Podcast goes out Friday, so you can listen to this on the morning and then watch Vaun on the night. That'll be good, won't it?
Can I just say one final thing? The reason I haven't shaved is I've got to do a self-tape for another TV programme, and I have to have a moustache.
Yeah.
I wanted a moustache for the character, because that's what I'm, the method. So I didn't want a gay moustache, gay-looking moustache.
It's not. It's quite masculine, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but when you shave all this off, it looks a bit.
Don't matter.
I mean, nothing wrong with gays. Some of my best friends are gay.
No wrong having a tash as well. I love a tash. I really do. Yeah. I just, I'm going to grow one in November, I think. I like to do my bit for the knackersack cancer.
I raised £1,000. Excuse me. I raised £1,000 for the Royal Marsden doing that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Royal Marsden saved my life.
Well, I raised about 400 quid, but I just kept it.
It's a way to do it now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it now. I'd keep it now.
Yeah. You do right, mate. Yeah. Certainly, you've saved your life as well. You want to keep getting your money's worth, don't you? Yeah. Good. Well, give it a share, ladies and gentlemen. I've got a few things coming up as well. We've got a quiz night coming up on here at the Warehouse Kitchen and Bar on October the 18th. I think it is. It's a Wednesday night. So, sign up for that. It's cheap as chips. It's a good laugh. And then we've got a comedy night here this Friday night, actually, October the 4th. So you might have to record Vaun on the telly if you want to come to the comedy night. But we've got others coming up as well, including as well on October the 20th, Ted Ted's Sanctuary of Laughs, where I'm going to be hosting a load of new comedians at Chapel in Middlesbrough. That's going to be class. So that's Sunday, October the 20th. So, Vaun, it's our time to say goodbye. I always like to end it with Up the Borough Believe. Would you like to join me in saying this as well? So
what do I have to say?
So we just say thank you very much for tuning in, and as per usual, up the borough and believe.
Thank you very much for tuning in to Ted's podcast and
up the borough,
listening to me. Up the borough
and believe.
Yeah. Good match on Saturday though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
That dog.
Oh, he's good, isn't he?
Yeah. Have we finished now?
We've finished. Yeah, I'll
All
stop
right.
this now. Yeah. See ya.